What do you think has changed, if really anything, with journalism over the years? Is it that there has been a shift of the type of person who goes into journalism? Because when people say today that journalism has become perhaps more ideological, perhaps it's become more confrontational, maybe the ideal of objectivity, which was never perfect, but
Right.
it's something that a lot of people aspire to, that there's an actual story out there. I'm going to try to get it right. And even though I bring some biases to it, I can't help to some degree seeing it from a perspective. I'm going to try nevertheless to allow my perspective to be corrected by the facts. Now, all of this today seems so much out the window. Did you see it happening around you? Was there a moment in time when it happened? Or is it just one of those gradual things where you wake up one morning and you go, well, this is really not the environment I really signed up for?
I would say it's a combination of both of those. And this is why I'll say it that way. I think the majority of us who got into this business when we did, it was because I revered what journalism was supposed to stand for. We really revered what journalism stood for. It's free speech. It's being a check. It is, holding people accountable. It's advocating for people. It's telling people stories, whether it's a high, whether it's a low. It's bringing people into the lives of others. I am a believer that journalism, that media is the most powerful force. I mean, that's why we see countries use media as propaganda. It is one of the most powerful forces, if not the most powerful force, because you have visual and what people see over and over again, people believe, right? So when you have a media entity or the profession of journalism in the hands of people with the right motivations, the right heart, the high ethics and integrity, boy, do you have a thing that can be used for good, a force for good. You can use it to start conversations, to challenge people, to right wrongs, like we've been talking about, to advocate, to educate people. But when you have a media and an industry that loses its way ethically and with integrity, and it becomes a tool that is weaponized, now you have a force that can be used for a lot of destruction. A lot of misinformation, and a lot of confusion, and it can be used to create a lot of conflict. And I think that we are in a point now where that is what has happened to the majority. I'm not going to say all, but I'm going to say to the majority of the industry. How did it happen? I was on Dr. Phil's podcast and recently, and I talked about this. I said there was a point in time where the media was being called out for being behind fake news.